Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I am feeling it this morning. I am ready for the week with you guys. I am absolutely ready for the week. Do you know what? I'm going to wait till a few of you get in. Is that you waking up now, Wallace?
What? I'm not.
He's waked up now. Look, he's about to do his like ninja roll underneath the. Are you going to do a ninja roll today? Are you going to what? You know. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. She's first past the post this morning with the first of our good mornings. Good morning, Vicky Head, who's joined us later on in the week. Good morning, Joanne Smith. You sassy sod, you. How are you doing? How are we all? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling ready for this week? Week 18 of lockdown. Wallace is not ready. Why are you not ready? Good morning, husband.
Hello, everybody.
That's him out of bed, another egg chips. Good morning, Gemma Roberts. How are you, my angel? So we've done something a little bit different this morning, and it may affect numbers. So ordinarily, we stream to the Hive, the IATQB Hive. We stream to YouTube. We stream to the Queen Bee Dani business page, and we stream to my personal profile. Now then, I'm doing a test this morning. Streaming to my personal profile means that we get more viewers, but I can't see any of your comments. So would you do me a favor? And would you share the live this morning? Because we're going to try and get some traction elsewhere, because I want to be able to see your comments. So those of you that have been watching on my personal profile, I go on afterwards and there's loads of you that are commenting on there. So I will make sure that I am I want to see everybody. I want to speak to everybody. I think everybody that does generally comment does like the page and is in the Hive, so you should be able to see it. But do us a favour and give us a little cheeky share. Anyway, good morning, Emma Roscoe. Time for Wallace to do an SAS roll out of the bedroom. He didn't this morning. He just went straight over. Good morning, Annie Cameron. Week 18 in the COVID lockdown. Only it's not really much of a lockdown anymore now, is it? You're feeling ready, back from a kind of week off, yoga done at water drunk, ready to rock and roll. Fantastic. Good morning, Kirsten. How are you? Well, you guys, I am feeling refreshed. My cup runneth over this morning. I took the weekend off, and not just I took a couple of days. I took the weekend off. I finished work relatively late on Friday. I'm mapping some really exciting things out, and then I was like, I'm going to lie in on Saturday and I want to do something with the kids. Because you think about it, 18 weeks, 18 solid weeks of becoming a little bit feral. I'm not going to lie. Like in our house, it's been very much about me getting my work done and everything sort of, fingers crossed, everything happening around me. So one of the things that I've done is I've called in some help. I have called in some help from Wallace. I've called in some help from my family. I've called in some help from my friends. And this weekend, I stopped. I didn't stop as in I didn't spend the weekend in bed. What I did do is just spent the weekend with my little family. Just me, Poppy, Daisy, Ivy, and Wallace. And we had like a couple of adventures. So we got them in the car. We went to Southport on Saturday. We went on the fairground rides on Saturday. And yesterday we went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And do you know what was lovely? It was one of those, and we'd never really previously been able to do this, but we had a yes weekend. A weekend where I didn't want to say no to the kids. Do they want an ice cream? Yes, baby, you can have an ice cream. Do you want some donuts? Of course you can have some donuts. Can we get burger and chips? Yes. What ride do you want to go on? Any ride you want. What do you want to go on? Yes, you can do that. Because so often, I mean, you'll even catch me doing it. You'll hear me saying to them, no, go get out of the room. Or my clients particularly, being holed up in my bedroom, there's kind of no escape and they need me. So having a weekend where we consciously say yes, anything that you would like to do. I mean, obviously within reason and within safety's sake. But, you know, they wanted to play. They wanted to play in the sunshine. I caught a bit of sun. Look. Oh, I even had some sun cream and I caught a little bit of sun. So it was nice to not be Rapunzel and not be stuck in my bedroom. And just be able to say yes to the kids for the weekend instead of, no, don't do this. No, don't come in here. No, leave mummy alone. Mummy needs to work. Mummy needs to do. And it's all about me. And I was like, no, it needs to be about them. So we really spent the weekend making sure that, you know, they had as much fun as we could possibly cram in. They didn't know what hit them. And then in the weeks coming, we can start, now that the big raft of work is done for me before we do the next bits and pieces, it can, we can create a little bit more balance. So that for me is what the next few weeks is about. It's about striking that balance between not just getting all the incredible things done, not just, hitting these multiple 5-figure launches. It's not about, selling out all the tickets to be inspired. It's going to be about getting that balance right. In other news, what else have I got to tell you? You guys, in fact, whilst I'm catching you up, tell me what's going on with the weather in your area. It has been scorchio this weekend. Let me make sure that I've got plenty of scorchio bees. What we're doing outside. Oh, do you know what? It's been scorchio all weekend, and now in Preston, it's a bit shit. Look at that. I wanted to stick a scorchio up this morning. What's the weather doing where you are in the world? Please do tell me whereabouts you are and what the weather is doing. It's a very British thing to do where we catch up about the weather. What's the weather like where you are? My mother-in-law is obsessed with it. She lives in Kent. And whenever we have a conversation on the phone, the first thing she asks me is, what's the weather doing? It's such a British thing, isn't it? What's the weather doing where you are? Even if you only live 10 minutes away. So have a look outside, pop your head outside the window, tell me what the weather's doing where you're at. It's blinking raining at Facebook user. This must mean that you're in the hive, but who are you? It's fine and bright near Skeggy. Now then, Skeggy's here, isn't it? About here. About there. One of my friends, the incredible Lisa Wynn, was like, I'm excited to see where Suffolk is this week. It is super sunny in East Sussex. Right, go and help me out, East Sussex. I feel like it's down here. I'm going to stick it here. I'm just making it up now. It's peeing down in North Wales. Yeah, we've got a bit of a bum rush, haven't we? We've got a bit of a bum deal in the Northwest this morning. Scorchio all weekend now. It's a bit shit. It's the same. It's great in Staines upon Thames. Good morning, Crosley in London. There we go. Oh, it's Crystal. Hello, Crystal. How are we, sweetheart? So, where have we got? It's a lovely weekend in Bells Hill near Glasgow. So we're above the wall. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's not raining, so it's just a bit shit near Glasgow. There we go. In Scotland above the wall, we've got, and it's a bit shit. Please do let me know what the weather's doing where you are. Let me know what you've been up to over the weekend. I was catching you up on loads of different things. It's cloudy in Southport. It was lovely in Southport as well. We had a lovely, lovely day on Saturday. It was fabulous. Do I have a drizzly bee? I don't have a drizzly bee. I have a rainy bee or an it's a bit shit bee. We do need to get some more bees ordered. We've been that busy. What shall we go for Warrington? It's a bit shit. It's a bit shit. There we go. So that's the shit weather this morning. So yes, I thought I would catch you up. So as well, there was a period in my life where with older kids, we had lost our accommodation, we'd lost our house, we were homeless. And the house that we live in now is the house that we moved into during that period of time. It was, from a place of unsafety to a place of safety. And this was where we moved to. Now, as a house, we've outgrown it and we're really, looking to get somewhere else. And I think we found somewhere. But we can't do anything until October. So I need you guys to keep your fingers crossed. I'm like, it's done, like it's ours. We've been to see the house. But we can't do anything until October. So I need you guys to keep your fingers crossed. I will keep you posted on what the situation is. So here we go. We're going to start our show in earnest this morning. I am absolutely over the moon to share our guest with you. We've got so much to talk about, so much interesting stuff. And do you know what? I ask you all to come on in, come and share the good energy, come and keep the vibe high as we kick off the week with the gorgeous, the fabulous, the incredibly talented Tina Pavlou. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful. How are you?
Bloody amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for having me on the show. It's an absolute blessing and an honour to be here. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
And same. So thank you for getting up. I know you get up early anyway. You've normally done loads of things by the time 8 o'clock happens.
Yeah.
We'll get there in just a second. So very, very loose format of the show. We talk about how we met. We talk about what you do, how you came to doing what you do, and all of the things that you're getting up to at the moment. So Tina, how did we meet? We met, I think, at an incredible event this time last year.
Did we?
I think that's where we met. In real life, that's where we met.
I can't remember. I can't remember, and that's the truth. I can't remember, but I've got to say, I feel like I've always known you. I feel like like you've always been in my life. I feel when I talk to you, I'm talking to a sister. I just feel like I know you. I know you like I know you.
It's one of them, isn't it, where somebody goes, how do you know that person? You're like, I'm not entirely sure. It's just this person turned up and then was always there, and you can't imagine life without them. And that's exactly how I feel about you.
But I'm really blessed. I'm in your mastermind, so that's a good thing. I'm in your fantastic mastermind. So if anybody wants to join next time, please do it, because it's epic. But I won't tell people too much what we do in there, but it's bloody brilliant.
Oh, thank you. I think we met in real. We'd already been connected. I remember meeting you in real life at the Moments event last year in Cheshire.
It was Moments. Yes, it was the Moments. It was Moments. Yeah, because Abigail had done this amazing event. Abigail Horn, who is he's also a beautiful friend of ours, and I've worked with Abigail because I am the creator of one of the Goddess Called books, and Abigail publishes them for us. So we had this event, and I was blown away by you with your voice.
I was having a little sing.
You were amazing, and you got everybody going, and everyone was dancing, and everyone was up on not on the tables, but up by their tables, and it was just it was brilliant, and it was really lovely to meet you in the flesh. I could touch you
in the flesh. And what was really lovely as well is that there was a group, a whole group of people that were there from lots and lots of different backgrounds. Abby Horn from Authors & Co. and does a lot of work, particularly with women who are authors, women who want to publish books, who want to share their stories. And like you say, you have a series of books that you've released with Authors & Co. that do incredibly well. They're on shelves internationally, like in Dubai and all over the place. Tell us a little bit more about your books, because they are wonderful.
Okay, so I am the creator of the Goddess Rooms here in Kent, which is a beautiful spiritual hub. Okay, I call it the Love Hub. And I am an intuitive, so I'm an intuitive energy healer, a master healer. And so I'm connected to spirit all the time. So I hear, and one day I literally heard a voice. No, I did a meditation first, and I saw all these books on a shelf. Like I saw, and there was, I won't tell you the number, but there was many, many books. And I heard a voice, do a book. You've got to do a book.
Yeah.
Okay. And the book is When the Goddess Calls. Now, When the Goddess Calls, this is the place here is called the Goddess Room. When the Goddess Calls is a series of books of all my students who have started their spiritual path, and how they became onto their spiritual path, and what they've done, all the inner work. And they're brilliant. We've done 3 books. I mean, we've launched 2 here, 1 international. They're on shelves in Australia, Dubai. We have an Australian book too. We got the 4th one coming out at the end of this year, and a 5th one's already being planned that we're kicking off. And all people that I've taught, from angelic Reiki to having readings to helping them with energy healing to teaching them theta, they've all written their story. So my intention is these books in years to come, when everybody is awakened, because everybody will be awakened, that's part of the ascension plan, whether you like it or not. If you don't wake up, your children are going to wake up. So, and in years to come, when people want to know about us women in the beginning who woke up, they're going to pick these books up, and I'd love it to be part of history, part of the history at schools. this is how the women woke up in this century. This is what they went through. This is because they actually, there's been so much. What we've been through to wake up has been shit. Excuse my French, but it has.
No, you're on my show. I swear, you drop all the bombs.
So some of it has been so traumatic, but some of it's been beautiful. You don't always have to have a complete breakdown to have awakening, but some of us have, and that's our stories. And some of them are really, really heartbreaking. And how we all came together, how this sisterhood has grown. And how on a soul level we've had a contract to all meet from all around the world. And I have over 10,000 clients now. That's why I can see so many books, because there's so many people queuing up to get into the books. And I want these books to be read in history so people know how, like the suffragettes in the last century, these women have awoken, and how because every time we awaken and we do the work on ourselves, we're making sure that our children never go through that, because we're clearing all our genetic beliefs. We're clearing all our history beliefs. We're clearing all our core beliefs. So this is what When the Goddess Calls books are about, are people awakening on their journey. And that's what it is. And they became number one bestsellers within 3 hours. The Australia book was just phenomenal. I mean, they're all phenomenal. But the Australian book, that's a big old country. And that became number one in 7 hours. I mean, that's massive. Yeah. And New Zealand, we've got ladies in New Zealand now. It is on the shelves in Dubai. It's on the shelves here. It's in the shelves in Abu Dhabi. It's on the shelves in Australia. We're in talks with Crystal Castle down in New South Wales. They're like the huge, massive place. They want to stock our books. Yeah. So there's many things that we're connecting to the books as well. We've got our own brand of cards coming out, When the Goddess Calls. There's so much more, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. And there's some really unique stuff coming in, which I won't say yet, but connected to it. So it's fantastic. And these books, it's not woo-woo. It's real. It's real life. Okay. This is what happens. I can't say to you, I know people, whether people believe in it or not, that's absolutely fine. I know where I am on my journey. Yeah. And these women, they didn't believe in it. But when you start to see things and you start to heal, and you've got to do the work, because I'm telling you now, there is no way my children will ever go through what I went through. Right. Never. Because I've done the work on myself. So that's what the books are about.
And this is the interesting thing, that regardless, like you say, whether you choose to believe, or whether you choose not to believe, or whether you are awakened or whether you are not, I think there is a path that we are all going on right now from a spiritual point of view, be that awakening from the constructs of religion, be that awakening from the constructs of the patriarchy, be that awakening from the constructs of oppressed cultures. We are in a state of awake. I know people joke, a lot of the older generation particularly joke about being woke, or about being millennial, or being a snowflake, or what have you, but it's not. It is an awakening within yourself, that actually, who are we really? What is the construct that's around us? What are we creating? What isn't created? What are we a part of? And that awakening is really super powerful. There's this really great I think it's a Japanese saying, and I'm paraphrasing, but when sleeping women awaken, mountains move. When sleeping women awaken, mountains move. And that is, if you even think about that, you think about mountains and how long mountains have been there. And when we awaken, however you look at awakening, you guys watching out there, however you look at awakening, imagine how long those mountains have been there, and to be able to move those mountains is so, so powerful. And being a part of this awakening, like I say, it could be awakening against the patriarchy, against cultural oppression, all of this sort of stuff. But the work on ourselves is where we do the first bit of waking up, releasing all this generational shit that we're carrying around with us. For me, through generations and generations of family issues, generation and generations of poverty, generations and generations of abuse. That's just me within my family. And my part of my waking up is that we are the circuit breakers. We are, and you don't fuck with the circuit breaker, because they're powerful as hell.
So here's the thing, and the Dalai Lama said, and he's quoted this, that the Western woman would heal the world. Okay, the Western woman would heal the world, and it's right. You watch everybody waking up, but you can't go out to be the wounded healer. Okay, because many women they slightly wake up and they go through something, and then they want to help the world, and that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, right? That's fine, and that, you know, everybody's on their journey. But what happens is when you do that, you attract more wounded people because your vibration, okay? And then you start to, then your lessons are still quite deep. And so I say this to people: work on yourself, do the inner work, and my God, you are going to shine. And my God, you're going to help those women, because it's not just women. There are men. Men are waking up as well, and they're really suppressed. Okay, so about balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Now, I'm actually I'm a Theta Healing instructor. I'm also a sacred feminine instructor. So I'm a teacher, and I work with women and healing from inside and creating the lives that they desire. But through Theta, what we do is your programs, everybody on this the live is programmed. Whether you believe it or not, you are programmed. You are programmed to believe in a certain way. And your program, I mean, there's so many people that got unworthiness issues, all right? Why the hell, really? You are all beautiful and you are all perfect, okay? But you are programmed to what unworthy, that you feel unworthy. Well, you know, this is, and no. And what I do, I teach you to feel worthy. And with Creator, I work with Creator through Theta. We release your old programs, literally release your old programs from your subconscious, from a soul level, from a genetic level. So that's your great grandmother's beliefs. So we release that on a history level. Do you know your history level is your mass consciousness? So where you live, everyone would think in a certain way. Where I live, everyone thinks in a certain way.
It's so true. It's so true.
We clear that. We clear you and disconnect you from mass consciousness. And I can do that by just going into creative space. I can do it wherever you are around the world. So, and we clear on the core. Now, the core level is what you've learned in this lifetime. Now, your children, all of you, all your children are learning fear right now. And do you know why? Because of what's going on in the outside world, with fear coming through the programs of the TV, from the this thing that's been going on in the world, it's creating more fear. Your children are absorbing that. That's why I say to all my clients, go home and turn everything off and love your children. Love them and be happy and disconnect from that. So I work with those 4 levels, okay? So we go up in spirit, and literally just like that, I'm able to pull out a belief and put in a new belief. So I'm not going to do it here, but I've got like a list of beliefs that we download people, and here's one of them. So I would download into your subconscious. So this becomes your programs. We reprogram. The abundance of the creator of all that is limited, is limitless. I understand what it feels like to be fairly paid for my time. You know, there's so many women out there because of the patriarchy, and because, you know, I don't really like asking for money. I don't really like doing this. And I've created this amazing course that we're launching in September, where we literally are releasing your poverty vows that you've taken over each lifetime, that your grandmother took, that you're still carrying that belief. We release all of that, and we retrain and reprogram your brain in abundance, in plentiful, in money, in finance, because money is great. You know, in this culture, we're taught that money's wrong. So the whole thing is literally retraining your brain and disconnecting you from mass consciousness completely. And I just want to say something else. It's changing the subject a little bit, but I think many of you will get this. It's all about programming. Since lockdown, I've been traveling around the world teaching everywhere. Since lockdown, I have really fallen back in love with myself. Right?
I've seen that as your friend. I've seen that as a progression as well from in the last 4 months.
Because I've disconnected from mass consciousness, how you're meant to be, what you're meant to be saying. No false eyelashes, no nails. Not that there's anything wrong. I'm talking about myself. all of that is come off, you know, and I'm seeing myself and I'm standing there and I'm like, yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, and I'm liking the fact that I'm liking it, and my roots, I love the silver bits that were coming through, and you know, and I fell in love, and I've got this connection with myself and I'm still doing the work on myself. You know, as a healer, you must always continue because there's layer after layer after layer.
Yeah.
So that's enabled me to create even more here for the goddess. I want women to really fall in love with themselves. And I don't mean on an ego way, but really love themselves.
Yeah.
Really love themselves.
Yeah.
And it starts with yourself, and moving mountains. Fantastic. You're absolutely bloody right. And the Dalai Lama said, the Western woman will heal the world. And she will. She really, really will. But she has to heal herself first.
100%.
You know, and with Theta, we heal 37 generations back and 37 generations forward. Come on. And we energy test what beliefs you have too. So I had a belief. My dad, bless him, he was from Cyprus, and my mum is from Ireland. My dad's passed now. So I had beliefs. We were testing for beliefs. Now, I had a belief that I didn't like Turkish people. And I was sitting with my friend who was Turkish. I was like, I really love you. I don't understand. She had a belief she didn't like Greek people. Now, they weren't our beliefs.
No.
What that was our family's beliefs, because there was a war many, many years ago, and mass consciousness. So as soon as we released that, we felt like an overwhelming block had been released. And
because
we
it
were
puts
able
you in the now, isn't it? It puts you in the now, and it's really all we have. And we forget so much that we tie ourselves up with things that have gone on or things that potentially could happen, instead of actually the only thing we have is absolutely right now. And when you realize that, all of that generational stuff, and it's the same with money blocks, it's the same with all of this stuff. As soon, like for me personally, as soon as I went on my own healing journey in lots of different guises, from a psychotherapy sort of situation, from a spiritual sort of situation, the everything, all of the teachings across science and across spirit come back to now.
That's it.
Right now.
So, you know, your blocks, I had really bad money blocks, you know, and whatever I was, just had really bad money blocks. And I did the work, and the beliefs were released, and my ancestors' beliefs were released, and, you know, worthiness. A lot of people have money blocks because of worthiness, because they don't believe part of them inside. And poverty vows. I took a vow in another lifetime when I was a nun, never to have money and just to give my love to God and that kind of thing. That's all released. That's got, you know, that's gone. Things like that. And the stuff your parents used to say, you know, and also, well, yeah, look, he must be a drug dealer. He's got lots of money. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of thing that they used to say.
Bastard.
And oh yeah, he's dodgy. He is. Look at his house. Look at that's what we used to hear. And also another thing, when we grew up, there was things like Miami Vice and things like that on the telly. So all the baddies had money.
They had
money. All the goodies got shot.
Right.
And didn't have any money. So that was programming us. Yeah. You know, so like, if you've got money, you must be dodgy. So that, which is not true at all, by the way. I can't delete that, everyone. But, you know, that kind of thing, and that's your belief system. That is your. I hear people now. If you see a young lad in a car, it was quite a nice car, but he's selling drugs. That's that belief system. You know, not the fact that he's really gone to uni and he's gone and got himself a really good job. You know, anything like that. So that's the kind of thing I deal with, and I work with people, and believe me, we connect them to all their senses, and we activate all their senses, and their intuition just goes through the roof. And anything you create comes to you. You know, we don't just work with the law of attraction, because that's quite a lower law. We work with all the laws, and we soar, and that's what we do. And and I love my life. I really love my life, and I love what I've created, and it you know, it's just, and I love helping people, because it's like you sit back, like you go, and they get up and they really changed, you know.
Yeah, you see, and you become. But the more you know, the more you can't unknow. You can't unknow some of these things. And
Exactly.
this might be a turn off to some people, by the way. And like that's cool. Like not everybody's 100% ready to understand anything within what we are given to understand, and that's like that's totally cool. Like whatever, everyone, like we're very much like a you do you situation here.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that you can't unknow once you know them, because once you know them, you start to see them. And when you start to see them, that you becomes no, you can't kind of argue with it, even if it's just understanding what source energy is, the fact that we are all connected, the fact that we are the difference between an alive Dani and a dead daddy, daddy and a dead Dani is energy. And it's the same energy that is sparked in the dogs. And it's the same energy that holds the atoms together in this book. And it's the same energy, but it is channeled in a certain way at this particular point in time. And as soon as we understand that everything that's holding everything together is connected, you can't kind of unknow that, because it starts to unlock a lot of things. It starts to unlock a lot of experiences for you that you wouldn't have had otherwise without that knowledge.
Definitely.
So
It is, and then it is, everything is energy. That you know, I'm a master intuitive energy healer. So, and I've been working with energy since I was a little girl. You know, when I was 4 years old, I saw an angel, and you know, people look at me like, what? But I saw it, and that's a frequency and an energy that came through and appeared to me, and I saw Mother Mary. And that was my journey. I was seeing angels. I still see angels. I see them around people all the time. I see certain angels when someone's going to pass in that family. You know, I've got that gift. I know that I'm really gifted. Whether people believe it or not, I can't undo who I am. That's who I am. But all I know is that I trust that I keep my vibration high. I keep my energy flowing. And I have a beautiful life with the most beautiful people in my life, and who are like-minded, and we, you know, we grow together, and believe me, we're lighting up the world. And this is what the books are. We're lighting up the world.
It's so your gifts with regards to energy healing and spirituality have always been present for you. I know this because we've done lots of work on your story. So we've spent like a good few hours together talking about everything that has happened to and for you. It's part of the process when I start working with people to construct their talks, because the most important thing for me when they're speakers is to absolutely be at one with their story and how they've got to where they are. And it wasn't always. I'd love you to share how you came to energy work and light work as your mission, as opposed to just something that you were good at, something that you were blessed with. How did you come to that work?
Okay, so I am a clairvoyant. So and I'm bloody amazing at it, and I own that. I really own that. But I'm not. I don't work on the fifth plane where you bring in. Sometimes I bring in your great grandmother. That, you know. But I'm able to see the futures. And I see the best possible future. It's up to you whether you go down that path. If you want to go into fear or love. Now, and then when I got, so I won't go into too much. But what I will say to you is, there are people in my life that are still alive. So sometimes I like to just tell you this bit.
Yeah.
When I was 30 years old, I had a breakdown, and it was when breakdowns came in, I had the best breakdown you could ever have.
You didn't fuck about.
I did, yeah, it was the best. You know, there was like, you're gonna have one like this, and and I was so paranoid, and I even thought Phil and Fern on Good Morning were talking about me. I had to like put blankets over the TV. I was cuckoo, yeah, and I had to have a nurse come out. I was gone. But that was my awakening. And and I built myself back up very, very slowly. And I had an addiction of drinking and taking drugs, and And the addiction, it wasn't heroin. I was I was a very pretty girl. I was a dancing on Ministry of Sound. I was an it girl, you know. And that kind of addiction, I was hanging out with the best people, but really I was popping pills and dancing all night, and it was just ridiculous. It was a fake world.
Yeah.
And but I thought it was the best world, you know, with my little hot pants on. I couldn't even get
told, aren't we? Especially during that time, that was the life to lead. The it girl, the nuts girl. That was you would aspire to be that person, or we were told that we should aspire to be that person.
The media was like, you know, so you know, hanging around with pop stars and you know that kind of thing. It was really cool. So I thought. Anyway, so when Tina had the breakdown, she had a really good one. So when I came out of that, it took me a long time to get out of that, by the way. It took me months and months and months and months, and I was scared and I couldn't go out the house. And I eventually, you know, slowly, and I used to pick up my cards. I knew I was gifted, and I used to shuffle my angel cards on my bed, and they used to fly out, and I used to see a hand flick them. And I started to do my angel cards, and I just wanted, and I'd sit there all day just playing with my cards. Please help me, please help me, please help me. And I connected to them. And I used to pray to God, and I used to say, please, I don't want to die, but can you just put me to sleep until this is all over? I was broken. I was a broken soul, you know. And eventually I started to do the work. People used to say to me, can you do me a reading? And I won't go into all of it, but that's how I got back onto my path. And I saved up. I started to do readings for people. I was charging like £10. And I was like, bloody hell, I'm really good at this. And then, and I'll be there for like 2 hours.
Right.
And then I'd save all my money up, and I did my first Reiki course. And then I went on to another course, and it was just that. And I had no money because I was left in thousands and thousands and thousands and bloody thousands of pounds. We've all been there. And while he was off swanning with his new car and his new girlfriend. And so I had all of that to deal with too. I had shame. I had disgust about myself. You know, it was just all these emotions. But I started to do this work on myself. Now, I'm 51 now, and I started this journey when I was 30.
Right.
And I would only say to you, it's taken, and I know this, by being the wounded healer, I wanted to go and heal everybody. I wanted to heal everybody. And I was just attracting more shit to myself.
Right.
And then I did my angelic Reiki. I was always working constantly, day and night, just doing readings for people, and I was getting better and better and better and better and better. And that's how I became the angel lady, because I was seeing angels doing my cards, and I worked day and night, and I saved and I saved and I saved, and I went on my courses, and divine timing stepped in. And I don't even know how it's happened, but I've done all my theta work, cleared all my old programs, downloaded new programs, and I literally now I work around the world. I work in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Australia. Now I work all over Australia. Okay, that I'm literally full up. I work 3 months at a time out there. I work in Bali because I run all my retreats, which are sold out. The next one we've had to make an extension. I'm doing my retreats here in the UK. The first one I put up was sold in 20 minutes, so I've had to put up another one. The following week, because they're very bespoke, my retreats. They're very beautiful. You will connect with parts of you that you've never ever even known was alive. We open up the dormant bits. So, and the reason I can do this is because I have been through every single thing that you've been through. Trust me, I've been through it, and I've come out the other end, and I've done the healing. I've done the healing where I'm screaming with my hands on my head. I've done where I've seen demons through my third eye, because you know every drink and drug has got a spirit connected to it. So I literally had to lose my mind to find myself.
It's and it happens to so many people in so many different guises. You know, often when you get to the point of breaking, when you do the learning about yourself, when you do the learning about, I think the key there is in the learning. And we were speaking to mindset expert Sari, on Friday, and she went through her own breakdown and threw herself into learning about what it meant to break down and what it meant to heal in different ways. But it's so interesting. It keeps coming back to the learning and the growth, as opposed to the treating of the symptom. Is the understanding where the root is, whether it's science or spirit, working out where the root of the pain is, and then learning from people who are masters themselves how to work through that. And then in that, 20 so a lifetime of being gifted, and then 20 years, 21 years of really measured practice and growth and active learning, as of course it's brought you to where you are now in the position that you're in. Of course it has, because when the teacher is in a consistent place of growth, in a consistent place of learning, that's where the best work happens. I just find it fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating.
Do you know, and I'm going to say this, do you know that everything that's ever happened to me was it was because of how I felt about myself?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I attracted, because that's what I believed. Every single thing that happened in my life I brought that to myself. Some of them are lessons. Of course, you choose certain lessons before you come down here. I mean, there's massive stuff that's happened, but everything that's happened in my life is because I didn't have boundaries. I was very kind and loving, and I had ultimate betrayals from people, lies and slander. I had all of that at me, and I was standing there going, well, what lesson? Instead of me screaming, going, you've done that to me, I went, right, while you're still low vibration and slandering, what is this teaching me?
Yeah, what am I learning?
What am I learning here? Yeah. Because I know that I haven't done anything wrong. So what am I learning here? And what was I learning? Boundaries. And I heard creators say to me, you give too much. And I thought, because I'm really kind. And I love, it's one of my virtues. I love to give. It's one of my languages of love. If you ever read the book, Gary Chapman's Language of Love,
you
do like a test. It's brilliant. And one of my languages of love is giving, because I love to give. That's the kind of person I am. I'm really kind, and I want everyone to go, I go, do you like that? Do you like that?
Yeah, it's where you get your validation from. Yes, same.
Yeah. Mine was, I had a lack of boundaries. That was a really hard lesson to learn there. Yeah, a really hard lesson. But after, now my life is just gone boom. I say, when creator takes the trash out of your life, it just opens up, and it's just brilliant, and it's really beautiful. So I feel that I'm at the best place I could ever be now in my life, me personally. And there's even more to come. It's even better. But right now, I'm at a really cool place. I've got, things are really good. I've got so many gifts and talents that I want to share with the world.
Yeah.
And I do. I just say, come do this with me. And they go, yeah.
Oh, all right then.
And and that's what it is, because everything's done through my heart.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Done. I'm sharing me with you. You're not getting a job, you're getting me and my knowledge.
And I think that when you meet somebody like you, and you especially when you share your story, I guess, because it doesn't just happen overnight. That kindness to yourself, that doesn't just happen overnight. You've got to learn it, and you've got to grow. There's so many people out there that go, I want to be able to do that for myself. And then when they meet someone like you, and it's effervescent coming out of you. So many people are like, oh wow, Kristen's saying, I'm nodding at everything you're saying. Like, whether you think it's real or not, there is no denying that when you're sat in the space with you, that your energy is effervescent, and people want to learn that for themselves. People want to, okay, so how do you get there then? Because you don't just wake up and feel like that in the morning. Like, it's the work. It's the work that you do. People will say to me, how do you do what you do, Dani? How do you give your energy in the way that you do? People want to work with me because they want to learn that just as much as they want to learn how to construct a fantastic talk. They want to learn how to how do you do the kindness? How do you do the kindness to other people and yourself? And I think that when you're in a position where you've learned how to teach that, it just makes you delicious. It just makes you delicious.
And Dani, can I just say something as well that you've hit on? We're helping people create a lifestyle. This isn't just a one-off thing. Oh yeah, you're going to do a course and you've done it.
Yeah,
This
or
is
you're
your
going to wave your hands over me and then that's it, I'm better.
This is a lifestyle. People want our lifestyles, and that's what we're giving. We look, you want this, then we're going to share this, and this is how you can do it. And it's okay if you only want to go so far. That's fine. That's fine. We're creating lifestyles. You know, I want everybody to live happily ever after. That's who I am. I do want you to live every year, but I'm not going to come and do the work for you.
No,
you got to do the work, but I will have you back. There's a
Yeah.
difference there. I will watch and I will help you. But yeah, so, you know, and I use my oils. I use my essential oils. Now, I'm not plugging them. I just want to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So, no, this is the truth, okay? So, for example, I work with these oils. I put white angelica on my crown chakra every morning, all right? And it lifts me because it goes straight through your aura, and the frequency of angelica and rose are the highest frequencies on the planet. Go and investigate it. You know, it's not words coming out of my mouth, it's truth. All right, so these are the highest frequencies. So you put a drop like that, you're going to be like this, and you're going to be alert. You're going to be alert. There's one of the ladies, Jennifer, she's just literally, I gave her this, she put it on her head, and now she's creating how to make your own brand of cards just in that second. Because what happens is it just opens up her crown chakra, and she was able to connect, and she was able to be full of ideas and inspirations. Now, I do constantly have my vibration lifted. I make sure I put the right stuff in my body. That looked like a plug to Arbor, it isn't. I do drink, but it wasn't actually when I saw that. But I do drink, and I have my greens every morning. So basically, first thing in the morning, I cleanse the body, okay? And I drink, and I take care of myself. I put my essential oils on so that my vibration lifts, okay? It's not about, oh, I've got this going on in my house. I'm talking about your vibration. I want my house vibrating. I want my children to walk into the home and the vibration's high. I don't just go up into Creator and clear it. We do everything. I want the oils on my body. I want myself lifted. Everything about my life is all about vibration and frequency. Absolutely everything, you know. And surely you want the best, and that's it really. That's me in a nutshell. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell, and that's what I do. And I help people. I bring them together. I've created the most amazing sisterhood that's global. You want to see that growing. We're in Dubai. There's hundreds in Russia. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in Australia. And I'm going to South Africa. I've been asked to go to South Africa, and I'm down there for 6 weeks next year doing this, teaching this.
Can I come with you? I want to come with you.
Yeah, we've got a South African When the Goddess Calls book coming out next year.
Amazing.
So
it is all of these things are just an absolute joy to watch as your friend, and an absolute joy to watch, you know, as somebody who's working with you. It's joyful to watch all of this unfolding. When you say you've got groups and you've got places that you can hang out, because I know so many people will be watching this and be like, right, I want to get a little bit more of Tina in my life. How do they find you? How do they hang out with you, like online?
I'm going to be honest with you. So I do have a little group. It's called When the Goddess Calls the Temple. I'm very, very fussy about who joins us, because loads of people try to join me and I don't. It's usually I let people in if they're a friend of a friend, because I only want like-minded vibrations in there. Okay,
100%.
If your vibration's not right, then bless you, and there's other groups for you. And so that's how I feel. So it's called When the Goddess Calls Temple. If you were to literally go and apply to come on now, I wouldn't know who you are. All right, I wouldn't let you in. So basically, or the admin wouldn't let you in because we don't know you. So if you wanted to join and you wanted to talk, then send me a message, and then I know that who you are, and then you can come and join us. And what we do every single morning, we work with. So this month we're working with. I just want to show you this. We're working with the oil of abundance, okay, and we're working with Saraswati. So we do lots of clearings. We do loads of theta clearing. So we clear your subconscious on a daily level. We put abundance on, we go up, we inhale, we connect to our olfactory system so that we manifest. We do a meditation every single morning. We do mantras, and so that's what we do. And we disconnect you every day from mass consciousness. We clear your phones from radiation and electromagnetics. We clear your home. We clear your children. We clear your family, your husbands. Like, we do all of that. But we also give thanks to the Fae and the elementals, and we download the planet with love, and we send in angels to children that have been abused. We do a lot of work like that, and we give our gratitude. Okay, but it's brilliant, and the sisterhood in there is they freaking rock. They're amazing, and they're from all around the world, and you know, it's just I'm so proud of those ladies. They're just beautiful, and they've all had a journey, and they've all got a story, and there's a few hundred of us in there, but I think there's about 400. But you know, if this is for you, then you know you're welcome to come, and like, I teach the theta and the angelic, and here where I'm so busy, I've now taken on 2 other girls to teach when I'm not here, angelic, and I'm also going to start teaching it online from September.
Amazing. And like you say, as people do wake up to whatever their chosen vehicle for waking up is, whether their vehicle is direct science, whether their vehicle is spirit, whether their vehicle is, you know, learning about their histories and trying to find different ways to heal it, all of the work is important work. However you access it, however you find it, however you stumble across it. And if this is for you, then brilliant. It's brilliant. If it's not for you, then also brilliant. Like, however you come across the healing, however you come across waking up, however you know, it might be personal development. You might just be scratching the surface. You might have heard us talk this morning and go, whoa, this is like a bit outside of what I'm comfortable with. It's okay. It's all okay. But the very fact that we're having these conversations, just as well, you know, those people that, you know, join us on a regular basis, there are no conversations that we shy away from on this show. There are no situations that we shy away from on this show, and spirit is just as important as science, however you look at it. You know, we have emotional needs, we have, you know, physical needs, and we have spiritual needs. However you look at it, everything, all of the science points to all want to connect with ourselves. And what better way than to do it with the support of you, Tina, you absolutely gorgeous human, you.
Do you know what? Thank you for having me. I hope everybody's happy with this talk, because I know it's cool. Really high level, and it is who I am. So you know, and that's who I am. That's how I live, and it's a beautiful life. You know, I have such certainty in my life, so I know what I'm doing. When people are with me, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to go on holiday. I'm going to do this." There's no. You know, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I don't even think about it. I just go, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. It's beautiful. And I want that for everybody. So thank you for having me.
Why wouldn't you want it for everybody? And it is an honor and a blessing to be your friend. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I'm going to pop you in the backstage area where no doubt we'll catch up in just a second. But Tina Pavlou, everybody, please, please, please do connect with her. She is a wonderful human to have in your life. Tina Pavlou, give her a round of applause wherever you are. Isn't it just lovely to be able to share such nice energies with each other, regardless of how you look at this stuff, regardless of how you look at it? Like, I feel great this morning now, right? Who's feeling really good right now? I'm feeling all fizzy and I'm excited, and I've got some work to do today that I know that I need to get done, and I feel fired up now to go and do it. So what a wonderful way to start your Monday and to start your week. We've got a really, really strong week of incredible people here on the Show Up, Wise Up, Rise Up show this week. Let me share with you who we've got. We've got Frederica Harms joining us tomorrow. We've got Vicky Head joining us on Wednesday. We've got Kalini Kent talking about communications and confidence on Thursday, and the fabulous Claire Sweet talking all things money on Friday. So please, please, please make sure you tune in every morning, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock here on the Show Up, Wise Up, Rise Up show. It has been a pleasure to share this morning with you. We have just 20 tickets left, you guys, to be inspired. If you want to be taking this and you want to see Tina speak, Tina's going to be speaking at Be Inspired. She is one of the cohort for this particular round of events. So please make sure, if you've enjoyed and loved hearing Tina talk this morning, you will enjoy and love hearing her talk again on the 10th of September. You can get your tickets from Eventbrite. If you just type in Be Inspired, BEE, Be Inspired, or if one of you doesn't mind popping the link in the comments here, that would be wicked. There are just 20 tickets left and then we are sold out. So how does it work? We will be socially distancing. We will be keeping you safe. We are at capacity in terms of numbers. We won't be able to take any more once the tickets are sold out. That's it. They're sold out. We can't take any more. We can't squeeze any more in. Even though the venue has capacity for more, we want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe and we keep everybody distant. So that is on the 10th of September. If you aren't following me already on the Instagram, please make sure that you do. It's at the Queen Bee Dani. Go and give us a little cheeky follow, and I will be here tomorrow at 8 o'clock with the fabulous Frederica Holmes. Thanks for joining us, and I will see you in the morning. Have a great Monday, everyone.